No, the Space Shuttle, one of the only airplanes that could actually go to space as well. Well, it's kind of an airplane. I mean, look at the cockpit. It almost looks like a bit of a airliner cockpit indeed. Look at that joystick, which for some reason is angled. That must be annoying to fly. Look at this engineering panel, sort of. If we classify this as an airplane, this for sure would be the most expensive one. I mean, the whole Space Shuttle program cost hundreds of billions of taxpayers' money. And all that just for science and looking cool. And look at how high we can fly above planet Earth. I don't even know where are we? I don't know. What are these little holes for all over the spacecraft? It's obviously, look, it's got fuel nozzle things in order to steer this thing. Look, we can see that. But on the inside, there's much more than the cockpit as well. For example, we can open this bay right here, which as you can see, opens nicely. And inside, we can see a space, I think telescope, and for some reason a Chevrolet. But yes, this plane was made for researching space, but there's one other thing about it as well, and that is the Space Shuttle's crazy ability to go very fast and very high. I wonder, maybe we can reutilize this thing and build the Space Shuttle Airliner. After all, we've got space for seats if we get rid of the telescope. And that's what I did. Everybody, I welcome you aboard, American Airlines Space Shuttle. Yes, I did a full modification, including an entire airliner cabin. Would you look at this, ladies and gentlemen? Now that really wasn't hard to do. Look at these windows as well. Amazing. The one thing that might not be very comfortable is the fact that it's kind of like banged, so you kind of sit at an angle, which is pretty retarded. Anyway, this thing is wider than, for example, the 737. So we've got a 8 abreast seating. Pretty good. Almost like a wide body airliner. So yes, we do have 184 seats on board this plane that are definitely able to fit with an extremely good headroom as well. This feels like almost a arena. Now, why is it very sparsely seated, this plane? It's probably because people can't afford to fly on it, really. I would like to generally calculate how much a ticket per seat costs. After all, a space shuttle launch would often cost $700 million. One mission. Dividing that by 184 seats, we still come to a ticket price of $4.2 million. Yeah, per person. I don't know, we could maybe make children tickets cheaper or something, or maybe like a senior discount. Absolutely insane. This really is kind of surprising to me. I didn't think one launch would have been this expensive, but it was. And I reckon we're about to find out why. See, we're now on this runway. We're at LAX, where a normal airliner would take off. We've got insanely big engines all over the aircraft, as we saw earlier. We can move the flight controls, yes, but there's no power. Why? Because this plane barely has any fuel tanks at all. As you may know, the space shuttle is not actually able to fly on its own. In fact, you need an enormous stack of fuel tanks, which are bigger than the aircraft or spacecraft. And that means you're not going to be able to fly it off a normal runway. Nope, we would need an entire space shuttle launching site, which there are only 2 of in the world, the Kennedy Space Center and the Vandenberg Air Force Base. Now that is more like it. Wonderful. Now, as you can see, we are now vertically mounting the space shuttle to the space launching site, which is not far away from one of the longest runways in the world, 4.6 kilometers. Actually, here we see, that's the shuttle carrier. That's the airplane that brought the space shuttle here. Now, this looks really interesting. Now, all the passengers are on board now, which is great. Look, they're jolly and happy. They're also vertical. So they're basically lying on the seat. This would work. I think one big problem is actually boarding them. See, the only way to actually enter this thing is through opening this door, so we don't have like a boarding door. This is absolutely completely stupid, especially for such a prize. But everybody's happy. Look, we've got huge windows that we can see outside of, just very vertically. Yeah, you're enjoying this one. I want to see how this actually flies. We have never launched a space shuttle in the flight sim. Let's do that. So basically, this is what we look like. Yeah. Yes! So the booster rockets are coming off. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to do anything? Okay, we've already crashed. Whoa! Hey, that hasn't worked. I think what we have to do is we have to give it full power on our main engines as well, so that this doesn't happen. All right, so let's give it full power now. Yeah. Let's do it. Wonderful. Look at this. Yes! Alright, this clearly isn't working as I'm expecting it to. What the hell? I'm killing everybody again. Alright, let's try that again. Come on. Let's see. Yeah, go full power. Full power on the throttle. It just keeps killing our passengers! Yes, there we go. Now we've got the booster rockets as well as our own rocket system running. Yes, we're flying. We're launching the space shuttle. Look at this. Now, this is not necessarily VFR. All we can see is the sky. But look at this. I'm flying the space shuttle with passengers on board. And we're actually already reaching the speed of sound. Are we? Holy moly, that's crazy. Now, something that the passengers of our beautiful airplane will not enjoy for sure. I want you to pull up. Please pull up more. No, but something they definitely will not enjoy is our absence of a pressurized cabin. In the cabin, the cockpit is pressurized. This one isn't, so everyone's gonna die, like, pretty much right now already. 42,000 feet. Yep, everyone is already 100% confirmed dead. Look at this. We're now at 56,000 feet. The drag chute button is going crazy for some reason. So it's supposed to flap like that when we launch because of all the, the vibrations. No, and space is coming near. That probably isn't supposed to. What in the world? Yes. Oh, the booster rockets are separating themselves. They also have... Wow, that's actually incredible. And the only thing that's keeping us flying is this enormous fuel tank. Wow, look, they're just falling into the ocean now. Congratulations. Everybody, American Airlines has taken off. Now, I'm pretty sure installing a pressurized cabin would be pretty hard to do. That's why we're not doing it, really. Now, we're at an altitude of 230,000 feet. We've definitely already left the stratosphere, which is amazing, 300,000 feet. And we're now deep in the so-called thermosphere, I think. That's the altitude where the Aurora Borealis is, for example. Look at this. And I think we've actually leveled off. I guess. I don't know. I think we might have reached cruise altitude. And after only 5 minutes or so of flying, we're so far away from Florida already. And we have run out of fuel, but we've reached our cruising altitude. And look at this big tank just separating, no trouble. Now what can we say? We're flying at a ground speed of 20,000 knots. So that means from here, which is round about what, like New York, Maine, to London, it would take 7 minutes. We'll arrive there in 7 minutes. Now everybody in the cabin has already exploded because we're deep in the vacuum now, but we can now go ahead and just open the bay door. Normally there would be actually useful stuff other than dead people inside of this thing. Oh no, something's gone wrong. I think I've entered in the Corvette. Doesn't matter, just ignore that. We could now release all the dead people into space. We could maybe make a funeral service out of this at least. Now, I think the biggest problem is also these windows. The structural integrity is very much not nice. Anyway, the map is confused and it can't hold up. I don't even know what is this? Oh, but this is, okay, this is Newfoundland. Now, I wonder, how do we land this thing? How do we get it, to actually land in England? Let's try to actually somehow land in England. So let's close the door right here like that and use our tilting engines right here to get the airplane down, I guess, which is not working. We're now at 700,000 feet and I can't seem to be able to... Hello? We're climbing. Stop climbing. We have these left right here. These can be used to actually push the airplane down, which isn't working. Our vertical speed is increasing. It's 200,000 feet per minute. So we're actually going to leave Earth properly in a sec. Let's go full power on these engines. Try to push this airplane down. We're above the deep Atlantic Ocean. Come on. We're decreasing our vertical speed now, as you can tell. Wonderful. So we have to push this down. We've run out of fuel already. And now we're increasing our vertical speed again. So... yeah, we're now at 1,000,000 feet. I mean, I could speed up time a little bit, and we're already now above England at a bit of a very high... I can see the whole of England. We're now at 1.8 million feet, but somehow this is quite calming. It's not really. I can see the whole of the Alps over here. That's actually interesting. It's not very calming. I want to get down. Do we have to just push this airplane straight down? Somehow the fuels come back. So we seem to have like tiny fuel reserves. All right, maybe this is a way to get this airplane down, right? Why do I keep saying airplane? Yes, our vertical speed is now 58,000 feet per minute. Okay, engine stopped running again. We're just sliding about. Everyone's dead. The entirety of the Alpine Mountains is there. After a few minutes, we're just cruising above Russia. I'm trying to rig this. We're descending at 100,000 feet per minute nearly, so that might be good. Yeah. We can see Earth coming closer. That is wonderful. All right, we're now above Kazakhstan. The problem is it's nighttime here, so that's not good. But we are losing altitude. That's great. I think Earth's gravity is able to pull us finally in. Maybe we might be able to land in like Los Angeles. So we could have flown the other way for American Airlines, or we could just circle the entire world. Goodbye, sun. Wow, it's very dark here. Do they have no lights? They might actually not, because there is nothing here. That makes sense. What I think we're doing now is we're waiting for the approach, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, we're on fire! Yes, look at this! It does look a little bit stupid at nighttime, I must say. But this is what that would look like now. Look, yeah, that looks pretty cool. All right, fire's coming up. Where are we? We're here. We don't have a lot of altitude left. We probably have to like emergency land somewhere here. As you can see, the airspeed indicator is picking up airspeed now because we're coming closer to the atmosphere. So air is actually hitting our airplane, which is why we're definitely heating up quite a bit too much. God, my computer is struggling to load the scenery and we're so fast. You know what I might as well do is try landing here. This is Hong Kong. Yeah, this is a little bit of a problem. NASA astronauts have to be very skilled, I'm pretty sure, because we are now a glider. We've got no fuel, nothing to work with, and in fact we're leaving behind Hong Kong would be down there. Yeah, something we could do is cheat our altitude as well as our speed, so that we're coming in hot, very hot for Hong Kong again. We're not 40,000 feet. Oh yeah, look at this. This land is loading in, and what I'm gonna do now is brake. Look, we've got the spoiler surface that not only moves but also is a bit of an air brake, which is actually quite brilliant. I might as well just try that as a new video idea. And also what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put out landing gear already. The problem is it can't be retracted again. I think in real life it can't. This one can. Either way, look at this. This is really cool. I can literally see Hong Kong Airport over there. We're at an acceptable airspeed. We're at 28,000 feet. We might want to put the drag chute out, you know, to stop fast. That was probably one of the worst ideas I've ever had. All right, let's not do that. Let's go ahead and put that. Okay, you know what? I maybe really messed up, especially also with the spoiler. Here I'm speeding up time in the flight sim, and you can see how steep you have to be, because this thing is falling. We're falling at 6,000 feet per minute at least. We're one of the worst gliders in the world. We're at 160 knots. We can't go down anymore. Let's put the landing gear back up, I guess. This glider sucks. God damn it, we need to cheat more. You're not seeing it. This is genuinely, and this looks weird for airplane pilots, of course. This is generally how we have to approach at least. I know it looks pretty high, but we're still too low. But we might be able to make it. Like, there's a whole art of landing the space shuttle properly. I'm not able to master it. And even still, look, we're stalling. We're stalling out the space shuttle. We're stalling out the space shuttle. And yet we're... Whoa, stop. We're gonna crash into the ocean. We need an even higher angle. No kidding. We have to go like this for our landing, which is absolutely out of crazy. All right, no trouble. Now we've got a proper approach angle. The whole city of Hong Kong is watching. But despite that, look at how we're falling down like a rock. Whoa, I mean, we're a rocket, so almost makes sense. Yeah, we need to go like this at least. Jesus, this thing has no flying ability at all. But I think we should be able to catch the runway. All right, we need to pull up desperately. It's not gonna be a soft landing. Not gonna be a soft land. We're gonna crash again, aren't we? What the hell? You need more altitude. So you have to like approach the runway like this? Is that what you want, airplane? Probably. So this thing is literally a rock. It's actually crazy. Nope. I don't even know how to pull up. I'm not able to pull up. This thing just crashes. All right, let's try again. Space shuttle is quite high. So this is what we gotta do. This is, I think, maybe a little bit better. All right, so we need to... Oh, God, we are dropping insane. Yeah, I'm aware of it. We're about to stall. We're going to stall again, aren't we? Alright, that, I guess, that was a landing. Great, thanks for flying. And this is now a little bit awkward because we're now kind of on the runway and we can't taxi anywhere. This is completely useless now. So everybody, it turns out the space shuttle is the most impractical thing that humans have ever built. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow as always. Good night. The special thanks goes out to my members, my supporters, Guns Killer, R27, James Duram, That Dude, Anime Gods of Gaming, Derek, Insider Plane, Nishijutsu Fanner, Professional Jamal, Ryland Williams, and New the York. You've got beautiful names.